So this new record, he didn't sell pies or just pies. It's been making some headway. Like it's getting me noticed for sure. I just did a awesome new like video for it. Not of me, but like one of those internet videos. Who knows? Maybe it will get like some sort of. Honestly, the song is a really gangsterish song, so it would probably never like it would always it would like the video is going to be a gangster video, and gangster videos don't make the most money, but it'll be a cool video for a lot of people to check out when they're into the mob or the gangster type of stuff. And then eventually, hopefully, I can move on and get on to like the more positive, industry popular kind of stuff, pop. Because that's the kind of stuff I really want to do. Because I really want to just make money. But but sometimes you have this thing in your heart, or you're doing something, and sometimes it's like it just isn't the most popular thing that's going to make tons of money. But this one's pretty popular actually in the hood. Young Dolph, all right, he died. He got killed last year, and I was in the studio on the computer at the time, and I remember the feeling like I was hungry, but man, I wasn't going to Macedo's and I wasn't getting no cookies. You feel me? And but and I knew how bad the streets were because I could feel it almost like a thermometer. And I thought most people knew that because I just knew it was. Man, when they said it was COVID and shit, that just basically means, man, when I hear all this kind of stuff going on and whatever, I'm not getting involved or whatever. Okay? So I'm in the studio or whatever, I'm starving it out. Like starving it out. And next thing I know, I see Young Dolph, I see the cookie sign. I'm like, damn. And then I see, oh, Young Dolph had gotten shot and killed. It. Man, he should have been home, my nigga. I mean, that comes down to it. Everybody wants to be that guy that you went back to the hood. You got videos at Macedo's. Then he was just going over. That's what I had said in my brain. I was like, he didn't deserve to die or anything, but the nigga knows he was going over. Like it's something I learned at an early age. These restaurants and shit do not care about you. You can go there, spend thousands. You could go there and you could create families for them, buy their car, or whatever. You could give them so much money, but I swear them restaurants don't care about you. Eventually, you'll stop going to that restaurant. Restaurants, they set you up. Man, it's like drugs. They buy the cookie dough. They cook it up, right? They cook it. Just like you're cooking up your wrap and shit. So it's almost like you're stepping in a rapper's door and buying like 5 cookies off them, flashing all this money. They're starving. They're tired. They got a sugar high. They're diabetic. They want to get some steaks and shit. And you're walking in there with all this bread and stuff. Or not even that, but you're just you know what I mean? It's hard to explain, but you're acting like you got all this money and whatnot. You should be. You're not even living in that city. Had to hit the highway to go from your suburbs. You should have went at the most. If I'm Young Dolph, okay, I'm going to the local my suburb convenience store. This is how it works. If you're in one of those suburbs that's not in the city like he is, he made it out of that dirty city. Memphis is a dirty city, boy. Okay, they have their own convenience stores around. Like some are nicer than others. Like in the city, the convenience stores are bad. You might get shot and killed, robbed, knife pulled on you, stabbed, fights, whatever. But when you move out of town and you move to like a nicer area, you have nicer convenience stores where people that are in your social class or that are successful like you that live in your area, those people are going to be at the convenience stores in your neighborhood. So if you're in a very wealthy neighborhood like he was, $1 million neighborhood, you will be in a store with other people that are very wealthy because that's just how it is. Look, I'll show you. Wealthy. Uh, and actually, a lot of but he lived in one of those super wealthy neighborhoods. There was a convenience store. Um, in a wealthier area. Like Macedo's was in a sort of a bad area. You feel me? Memphis, Tennessee is a. Actually, I think they beat Chicago recently. They beat Chicago in in the most dangerous city in the United States of America. It used to be Chicago for the longest time. And I remember the war in Chicago because I had to help Donald Trump eliminate the problem. I'm the guy, you don't know, but my name is StacksAMilli, and I do many things. You might know my entertainment. Might know me from, who knows what you know me from, but I'm also a computer programmer. And I programmed something for to clean up the streets of Chicago. It was a website, and it may come back in the future. It's not up anymore, really, in a certain fashion that it used to be. It cleaned up the streets of Chicago like a street sweeper, and I've said that before. And I was commissioned by Donald J. Trump of the United States of America, acting on behalf of our sovereignty of North America, NATO, Canada, everything like that. So that's why I created that website, and it did really well for me to a certain degree. But it cleaned up the streets of Chicago, and now Chicago is not as bad as it was. It's gotten cleaned out and scattered. The rodents have scattered and whatnot, the criminals. But it's still a pretty, when it comes to crime, it's a decent city, right? When it comes to their numbers, significant. But guess who else is very significant and has been, and their reputation has not been good. I used to live in Tennessee, and it's not as bad everyday life as you hear. Like you would think, oh my God, but it's not that bad. But to have any degree of these killings and things that they do is sort of saddening, and it's scary. Like most days are very nice in Memphis, Tennessee. Don't give. It's kind of like tornadoes. You know how every once in a while in Tennessee they have those tornado outbreaks, and there's nothing you can do, and it happens. That's how Memphis and that's how a lot of the states in the United States is. It's good for a long time. You have good periods of time, and then it pops off like a tornado, and there's nothing you can do, and people get killed. You know why? Because they have guns, and they want. United States, they are big. The law down there is how I always compare it. How I learned it as a kid is in World of Warcraft. You have like contested territory and all that, and blah blah blah. That is the true. That's the same thing, but in the world. See, I wish they had more, but they do. With the British and all that, when they like so. Okay, if you go on one of those maps of the world of Earth, and it says British owned land or has a treaty with this country or went to war with that country, that means that's a big deal. Like it's hostile territory. If you're British and you go to an area that went to war with Britain and et cetera, then you are going to be treated badly. So it's a bad area for you to go in. Literally, your life could end in that area. Kind of like when you go from Horde to Ally in World of Warcraft, and that's why WoW is such a great game for a kid to play to learn because it relates to the world too. But it's even better if they don't even play the game and they just learn the world from the get go. And but it's a good way to understand the contested territory thing without actually dying, like because people can actually die from going into contested territory. Like if you look at the British land map and whatever, so you can see all these are like these are all owned by Britain. So if you're a British nomenclature and heritage, you will be treated very well in these redly marked countries, being that of Australia, Canada, certain African countries, certain other ones. India. See, India is a team with Britain, and they give them potatoes and things from Ireland and whatnot. And they love potatoes down there, and they helped expand their English. See, India was very smart, but they were Indian, and they needed help getting into the English market, and that's how Britain helped them get into the English market. And now India is very, very successful worldwide because they have teamed up with the English. They're one of the greatest teams with the English-speaking people and English culture in the world. Anyway, back to Memphis Sun Studio. We've seen that in Yo Gotti's videos. We've seen that in many videos. But there's lots of stuff to do in Memphis. So just be safe in Memphis, okay? And just know everybody's got a gun in Memphis. And if you can, you should own a gun in Memphis and be safe in Memphis and don't be stupid with your gun in Memphis and hold on to yourself and have money and work hard, and that's Memphis.